Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. James Harrison. Yeah, baby. Been in that weight room a little bit this morning. All is good in the neighborhood. We're going to have an amazing show because so far I'm having an amazing morning. Let's talk about what's up with that dude. And yesterday, man, I was on the way to see my Clippers play OKC. Spank them boys. We'll get to that later. But getting on the freeway, y'all ever been here? I'm in the carpool lane on the on-ramp to the freeway because it's my wife and I, so that's two people. Plus, I'm in a Tesla. When I'm riding Dolo in a Tesla, I still in the carpool lane because it's an electric car. So shut up, dude next to me, right? But this dude's been waiting in line, so now he's at the front of the line. He doesn't know that the carpool lane, we don't have to wait for the light to turn green. We could just go. This dude got mad, and he was in one of those little like smart cars. I don't know, you know the little Hot Wheels that be on the road, a little thing that I could just pick up like this if I really were James Harrison. And I'm looking at this dude like, he mad. So I'm looking in the back in the rearview mirror and I'm like, he following me. He trying to really show me his road rage. Not only is he wrong, but now he trying to show me his road rage. And have y'all seen that video that went viral in Florida when the dude got shot at and then he started busting back and just shooting all his windows out? That ran through my mind. I was like, man, I am not the one to respond to road ragers. But at the same time, what do? I don't want to start moving away because then he going to think he got me. Oh, this sucker here shook. This sucker here scared and going to follow me everywhere we got to go. Maybe even trying to dump on me, right? So I'm like, I'm with the wife, chill out. Luckily, he just drives up to me, looks at me. You know, I'm trying to play it off, but I'm still looking like, all right, homie, stop playing. I'm bigger than this car. And then he just like, one of those honks and kind of gave me the bird, whatever, kept it pushing in this little matchbox. All was good. That didn't mess with me because I was going to the Clipper game. I was going because I was invited by Columbia and a bunch of our alums, including a trustee of Columbia. That's right, my man, Andy Barth. Y'all know what trustees are, right? Those are the top dogs at the school. So you know Andy, you know a kid that's going to get into Columbia, basically, because Andy handles business. All love, great people in attendance. My man, Evan Malter, who was a season ticket holder to Lakers, Clippers, Chargers, Rams, Dodgers, Angels, Knicks. I'm not done, but I'm just getting tired of saying teams. This dude has season tickets to everything, and he just flies around. Right now, he's in New York for the Elite 8 or the Sweet 16, whatever the hell they at right now. Oh, man, he is getting it in. It was a great time. Love to everybody there. My man James Stone and Matt Sodal, thanks for putting that together, and everybody who was in attendance. Go Lions. After that, I was just watching my wife the whole time while I was talking to the people and looking around. We're watching the UCLA-Gonzaga game while we're at a Clippers game. How funny was that, watching that on TV? Like, forget the Clippers, they winning. Let's see who's going to win this game. My wife is just scrolling through Instagram for hours. She loved life. It was a great time. Then I got home, went to bed, crashed real quick, woke up this morning, no school for these kids. So if y'all see some little dusty, ashy little people coming in here, trust me, these private schools are getting over on your boy. They are home. All right, let's get into this topic. Thought this was an amazing topic. It came from a guy on Twitter. His name is George. He has a blue check mark. That means he bought it. I don't know. Elon Musk, you messed that whole program up. Here's the tweet, though. You can only choose one injury-prone player to have played his whole career injury-free. Who do you pick? My head exploded. I was like, whoa. First person I thought of, though, I got to give it to you in the order it came to me, was Derrick Rose. I remember hearing war stories of Derrick Rose when he was in high school. And I think he's from Chicago. Don't quote me on that. But wherever he's from, NBA players were telling me that they would drive like 4 hours to get run with this high schooler by the name of Derrick Rose. And everybody who's seen Derrick Rose in his prime, in his peak condition, that dude was blurry. Like, it was next level in terms of his athleticism, so that makes sense. Also, Bo Jackson, everybody was like, dog, if Bo Jackson could have just stayed with it, what would have happened? Some people think he would have been the best running back ever. How about Tiger Woods? Y'all like, Tiger Woods, really? Well, yeah, he had the car accident, right? And all them women that hurt him, all over all the women he's hurt too. Like, them women, boy, that's worse than his C5 S1. I'm just telling you, he's been through it with that. But the knees as well. Tiger Woods came to mind. Ken Griffey Jr. a little bit. You know, we know he was still great, but what if he was healthy, perfect? Bob Sanders, y'all forget about Bob Sanders? The only time Peyton won that Super Bowl in Indy was the year Bob Sanders was healthy. Interesting. That dude could have been even greater. Grant Hill, obviously Grant Hill. Golly. Tremendous guy, tremendous character, tremendous professional, amazing basketball player, but his pro career didn't go as advertised just because of those injuries. They got Penny Hardaway. Y'all remember, after Shaq left, Penny's them knees left with him. He was hurt. Boy, Penny could have been sick. Bill Walton, his dogs, his feet. I don't know. I'm reading now. Like, this ain't my experience. This is what my daddy told me. And I'm like, all right, Daddy, Bill Walton was amazing. But he's like, man, them knees, and them feet. If he could have got them feet right, he could have been something special. I did see T-Mac. What about T-Mac? Remember T-Mac? Kobe had his moment, but T-Mac, if he could have stayed healthy, might have been right there with Kobe. Terrell Davis, as I call him, Hammerhead. That dude used to just hit us with his head and fall forward. We used to watch film of him falling forward. Him and Clinton Portis, best at falling forward. Never negative yards, it seemed like every time. What if TD could have stayed healthy with the migraines? Patrick Willis is interesting to me. Now, he retired for other reasons, but he still had those bad feet that I'm sure contributed to his early retirement. If Patrick Willis could have played all the way through pain-free, woo, what would that have looked like? Now, this is the last one. I had to go and do my homework on this one. I said, these all sound familiar and great, but I love the wisdom of the crowd. That's why I talk to you guys so much and I read the comments. But I also like to go on my Google search and see what the world at large has thought about this or archived. And guess what I saw? Mickey Mantle. And I saw a picture of him. Now, this is the same guy who had 3 MVPs and 7 World Series championships, including the Triple Crown. And they had a picture of him with 14 injuries just listed by the year. And they said he had horrible knees. I'm like, damn, 3-time MVP with horrible knees and 7 World Series. What a Triple Crown. Maybe Mickey Mantle's the one. Some say would have been the best baseball player ever if he could have stayed healthy. Well, look, I got my own war story, damn it. I got hurt my first year as a starter, 10.5 sacks with a back surgery. Next year, I broke my foot. Didn't practice one time that entire year. 13 sacks with a injury. That's some good. Carry the one. 23.5 sacks injured with no practice one year. What could have happened to your boy if I could have stayed healthy? Maybe I wouldn't have to fake like I was James Harrison. I actually would be him. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, man, Richard Jefferson. Richard, did you get caught with your hand almost in the cookie jar? Oh, he was on live TV, and it looked like he slapped that ass. We gonna see. We gonna talk about it next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Really excited for this topic and just the spirit of this topic, because these are the type of conversations you don't get where I used to work, right? But you're going to get it here, and I'm going to keep it real. Let's talk about Richard Jefferson, who almost tapped that ass. Yeah, let's be real about it. We saw him on set, was it NBA Live with Malika Andrews as the host, and Chiney, and I know Chiney, that's the homie, but I have never attempted, and I'm going to try right now to say her last name, but she going to probably hit me up and say, dawg, that ain't it. Ogwumike, I don't know. But Chiney, I've always called her Chiney. Let me keep it Chiney on here. All right, so anyway, if you watch the video, you can see that they're all just talking about a play, doing their regular work. And then Chiney walks by Richard Jefferson. Now, remember who Richard Jefferson is. Let's talk about him, the former player turned analyst who's now being accused of inappropriate behavior toward Chiney on live TV. Obviously, he's going to deny this, and let's talk through the denial. But this is what happened. He's a 17-year veteran of the NBA. Last time I checked, all the dudes play in the NBA. No women, right? WNBA versus NBA. So 17 years where you're around dudes, and dudes hit each other on the butt. I've probably done it too as well, but I'm not conscious of it. But I'm sure I don't slap somebody. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dog, you know? So you got 17 years of muscle memory. Now, obviously, you're in a different place. So you're going to have to lose a lot of that muscle memory because you're not working with just men. Okay, so we understand that. So let's talk about what happened, and then we're going to have some fun with this. This was his response to everyone accusing him of inappropriate behavior. God, no. I like my job. I'm crazy, not stupid. Even though she did fake the, and I don't know what that was. Okay, now this is what I saw. I'm going to give it to you like I saw it. When Chiney walked by, she had no idea because she's the one that walked by him. And he kind of gave one of those, and then he stops in the moment. You can see the video, right? So I think he caught himself because he realized, oh man, where am I? Oh yeah, this ain't the court. Oh yeah, this ain't the locker room. Oh yeah, this ain't one of my boys. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to do that where I am right now. But Chiney ain't the one that really made me say, Richard, oh man. And look, I done slipped up before with inappropriate behavior. I done came at like a host or a hostess at a time, like I was in the locker room instead of on network television. We'll get to those stories. So here we go. He stops himself, and then I was like, all right, I'm not sure where the verdict is on this. Was he really gonna smack it and then realize that's a woman that can't do that? Or was he just like, you know what, I'm playing it off all the way through and I never was thinking about doing that. But then Malika, oh Malika, boy, I love me some Malika because she wears her emotions on her sleeve, or in this moment, on her face and her hands. Watch Malika when she walks by. She gave him the pat. Now, everybody who knows me, I call it the double tap. And there's so many people that pop up into my face right now who I've told this to before. I said, watch body language with people. And I've been saying this for years. When you get the double tap, that's them respectfully saying, you dumb mother. That's what, like, they do this like, hey, like, chill. Like, you stupid. You doing too much. And Malika walks by Richard. And she's giving that fake smile, that smug smile, like, we're on TV, but what the fuck was you doing, right? One of those. And I was like, she thought the same thing I thought. Now, I am here to not defend Richard, but to explain where Richard was in that moment. I've been there before. There was a conversation we had on our show, and Joy Taylor was there, the little homie, right? I've known Joy since she was itty bitty, right? Because of Jason Taylor, her brother. So we were talking about Deshaun Watson and his case. And you know me, I was talking about the case in a realer way than Acho was. I was talking about it like, yo, there are false accusations out there. And there are also male predators that are freaks out there. And guess what? Both can be true in this situation, but let's talk through it. Now, that probably wasn't a network conversation, but you know me, I had to talk it. And Joy came in, and Joy's conversation was to talk about her personal history with sexual assault. What do? There was this gender awkwardness moment in terms of what her history and experience was versus ours, right? Clear, defined, bold difference. But Acho and I'm able to say this, walked off set and we were like, dog, after Joy spoke, what could we do? What could we say? Like, it just felt inappropriate and insensitive to actually continue what my lane and theme of conversation was versus hers. We were on two different ends of the spectrum. And I didn't regret not speaking back or talking through the nuance of what she was saying. But I felt like, wow, I just got put in a corner. Or, wow, I'm out of position. Kind of like Richard Jefferson in that situation. You're out of position. You're not supposed to do that. Another time this has happened when I was talking to someone with the WNBA. We were talking about how can we make the league better? Because we all know the WNBA kind of sucks. Like it's getting subsidized by the NBA. They paying them. Like even I know the players. They like, we have to work year round. We got to go to Europe. We got to go all overseas because we don't make enough in the WNBA. Blah, 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 right? But I'm talking for real to somebody. And they took the conversation into like a feminist argument. They took the conversation into women's rights argument. And I kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm talking product, right? I'm talking ratings. I'm talking numbers, right? And numbers don't care about you. Words do. And I used to always tell that to people. That's why I love math. Because I was like, dog, a number don't give a damn about your story. Your bill is your bill. It don't care how you got there. It's a number. Words are what we kind of pull on in terms of emotions and empathy and sympathy. You use words. So you go to math class if you're a hard ass, right? And you go to English class if you're a softie. Basically, I used to always tell my friends. But I'm having this argument with someone who was not letting me talk through the particulars because it became a grander conversation, as binary as male, female, right? Richard Jefferson again. So I thought that was really interesting that he got caught in this moment. Now, I am not trying to blow his spot up. He did not try to tap that ass. But he caught himself, which I guess is better than fully going through it and then try to make up something after it, even though he got caught halfway through it and still made up something after it. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, oh man, Devin McCourty tried to give Bill Belichick some props and his son Steve. But you know the media, there's another level to this. Those props flopped and flipped on Devin McCourty. Let's talk about nepotism next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Man, Richard, I mean, that's a good little pass rush move. It works in football. Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. Oh, man, let's talk about a little bit of nepotism. And Devin McCourty, who went on Chris Long's podcast, talking about Bill Belichick and his son, Steve Belichick. And instead of me talking about it, let's hear from Devin himself. Here's a quote. The one thing that I've loved about Steve is his honesty. He was talking to Chris Long about. He said, I remember Steve takes over after Pat Graham left. Brian Flores is moving to linebackers coach. And Steve said, Bill tells him 2 weeks before off-season program starts that he's going to be the safeties coach. Now, he's walking in the room. It's me, Pat Chung, Duron Harmon, Nate Ebner. We got all these veterans. I'm older than Steve. Pat's older than Steve. Steve played with Duron at Rutgers, and he's probably the same age as Nate. And he walks in and goes, yo, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. My dad told me 2 weeks. First of all, my dad sounds young as hell. You coaching grown men, you walk in the room saying, my dad told me. That is hilarious. That's the best part of this. My dad told me 2 weeks ago that I was going to have this job. Oh, and now I'm just sitting here like, I don't know. What's next? And that first year, we all just worked together. Now, the point of the story was to emphasize how much Belichick has grown, all right? It's supposed to be like, yo, he walked in, didn't know what the hell he was doing, admitted it, and still became a good coach, right? We love that. Now he's like basically the co-defensive coordinator, him and Gerard Mayo, right? Beast. But here's some more from that story. So now when I look at him, I think his growth has come because of his honesty. Not coming in saying, my dad is Bill Belichick, you know what I'm saying? I was born a coach, you know what I mean? I'm going to do this, baby. You know, you hate those guys. No, he came in was like, I'm going to learn from some veterans that I've got in this room and, take advantage of that opportunity that I get, and I'm going to grow as a coach. Like, that's the way he came in. Now, there's so much to talk about right here, but one, good for you, Bill Belichick, having enough power to say, look, I'm going to drop some crumbs on the table, and those going to be my kids, and damn it, they going to take over after me. I am a fan of nepotism, in part because I did not benefit from nepotism. Let's start there. I was pissed off at my parents when I realized what poverty was, when I realized what the hood was, when I realized why we were in that neighborhood. I was mad because I was like, dog, y'all didn't prepare? And, I know a lot of people don't like to have this conversation, but you put that pressure on yourself, so I made sure I had the conversation with my parents. I was like, Daddy, at 18, what were you thinking? And Mama, at 18, what were you thinking? Well, you want to hear the real? At 18, my father was moving from Tyler, Texas to San Diego. His job, work at a gas station. Okay, my daddy didn't plan ahead. My daddy used to work summers picking cotton for $1. Okay, different strokes, different folks, in different circumstances. I was like, all right, Daddy, I just wanted to hear it. Mama, what were you doing at 18? Because they're putting all this pressure on me. I'm going to college. I got scholarship offers. They thinking I'm going pro, even though they're not saying it overtly. They kind of starting to bank on that. And I'm like, y'all putting all this on me. What were y'all doing? Set us up. We were on welfare growing up, food stamps. I got paid 3 times a month, the 1st, the 3rd, and the 15th. Those were the 3 happiest days of the month because we had $5. Other than that, chill out, right? So I'm like, all right, all good. My mom, what were you doing? 17, had a kid. 19, had me. Okay, Mama, I get it. That's why her happiest moment, she said, was when I made it, when I got drafted, because all those hits that she took over the years, people saying she wasn't going to be shit. She wasn't going to do anything. Girl, you from Compton with 2 kids at 19, bye-bye, life gone, right? And she said, I materialized into something that she dedicated herself to, and I'll be real, my mom and dad were all in. Not perfect, but all in. So she said, me manifesting into that made her so proud. But nepotism, I am a fan of. It motivates me to work hard. Look, if MJ was of age and size, actually he's already of size, but if he was of age to be in the NFL, yes. And the only thing that I would do even quicker than that is put him in the NBA. The point being, like, I'm going to hook my kids up as much as I can. I went to that Columbia function yesterday. You should have heard what those dudes' kids were doing. 1, all going to Columbia, and 2, working in the business, working for the company, working for the family. Y'all got to get this the right way. Now, it is something that rubs us the wrong way in terms of people can leap and cross over and leap the line and jump in front of the line when they don't qualify. And that is a real argument. By the merits, you don't qualify. But one thing I learned from the real world experience is that it's not as merit-based as sports. Now, sports is supposed to be a meritocracy, like nothing but merits, and we know damn well that ain't true anymore, right? We can see the politics at play. So then when you get into this conversation of the real world and I am the CEO, who am I going to hire as, I don't know, my assistant, my VP, my president? I'm going to look for someone in my circle. Now, this becomes a conversation that becomes racialized, let's be real, because a lot of people are like, look, white Americans have the head start. And so since they have the head start, we can't practice nepotism because they always have the lead. Even though there are metrics that shows that Japanese Americans, Indians, etc., have all passed white Americans in terms of successful metrics, still, we know what we're talking about, a country born in slavery, right? So let's talk about that mindset, because I think we really need to get into a level playing field and self-correct this. Nepotism is okay. It's just we're really upset that someone else has the advantage, has the lead. There are 2 different mindsets you must understand. And I'm a track guy. Y'all know that's my favorite sport because it was the first sport and it's the purest sport. You know, the first 2 humans alive was like, oh, look at that food over there. Erasure. All right, that's sports, right? That's how they did it. Let's talk about this. In track, You can be an open runner. That means it's on you, dog. 100, 200, 400, keep going. Or you could be on the relay. Now, nepotism is showing you there's a relay. And as you're running, and I tell this to everybody, especially people who are from poor circumstances, right? Adverse backgrounds. I'm like, you are running a relay, not an open race. Stop trying to do everything for yourself. I only live once, so I'm going to do it all for me. No. All you're supposed to do is get the baton from your parents like I did, and I'm going to admit, we were way behind. And bone out. Run. Do your part. Do your part in service to hand this baton off to your kids, right? That's the relay mentality. That's nepotism. And we all subscribe to that. We just mad that when we get the baton, damn it, mama, damn it, daddy, why are we so damn far behind? And you throw the baton down and get all mad. Meanwhile, the other cat in the other lane is still running. I thought that was an amazing story right there, Devin McCourty. Thanks for getting me into that conversation to kind of big up what nepotism really is about. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, oh my God, Becky, this is going to be a topic. Shannon Sharpe says Lamar Jackson looks, quote, desperate in his contract negotiations. My question is, how do you know Shannon? Now, I'm not going to out Shannon, but boy, I know things, and I'm about to tell y'all some of those things. That's next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV, and I'll see you later next week, Reach TV. Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. Time for full episode. You know what that means? Real and raw. Like the other episodes and topics aren't, but we really go there on this part of the show. Okay, Shannon Sharpe says, Lamar Jackson looks desperate. He said that on Undisputed. And it made me think, the sociology major and psychology minor that I have from an Ivy League institution, where's that coming from? How do you know Shannon Sharpe? Now, I was in the business, major network television for over 20 years. So I know where the bodies are buried. I know where the conversations are, the rhetoric, the conjecture, the real, the fake, all that. And I'm cool with everybody. If someone doesn't like me, trust me, that's only them not liking me. I still like them. I don't have those type of issues. I have kids and a family to feed and to look after. I don't have time to beef with no man. But with that said, having all of this in my mental database, I'm able to draw from a lot of experiences. First, let's talk about what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. He says, Lamar Jackson, hey man, you're looking desperate in this situation because of the reports of Ken Francis, who was that unnamed at first source or rep that was going out there speaking to teams on Lamar Jackson's behalf. Well, NFL caught wind of that. Lamar said, that ain't my dude. What is he doing? And NFL sent out a memo to all clubs on Thursday notifying them that a person who is not certified by the NFLPA may be attempting to persuade team personnel to enter into contract negotiations with Lamar Jackson, who received a non-exclusive franchise tag. Under league rules, teams can only speak with Jackson because he doesn't have an agent, right? You can't mess around with this. Like, legal will get into you if you go out and talk to anybody but his representation, and in this case, his representation is him. All right, according to the memo, NFLPA informed the league that his name is Ken Francis, not a certified agent with the Players Union, may contact teams regarding Jackson. The memo distributed to all teams read, as an uncertified person, Mr. Francis prohibited from negotiating offer sheets or player contracts or discussing potential trades on behalf of any NFL player or prospective player or assisting in or advising with respect to such negotiations. Don't you hate legal speak? I mean, it's literally there just to confuse you so you can sign away your life, basically. Like, just say the dude can't talk for Lamar. Peace, right? But I get it. Francis told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that he has not contacted teams on Jackson's behalf. Oh, denial. Somebody lying. Oh, man, I don't speak for Lamar, Francis said. NFL memo said teams that speak about deals with uncertified agents can be fined. And that's going to happen. All right, let's get to it. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson, and it's amazing to me, the Adam Schefters of the world, all of them. I just say Adam Schefters because he's the biggest, right? It's amazing with Lamar's contract, they don't know what's up. They don't know what the Ravens really offered, and they don't know what Lamar Jackson really wants. You notice that, right? But then on certain cases and certain players, they know everything. Aaron Rodgers comes to mind. Nobody knows what's going on. In Green Bay, y'all talking to the Jets? Are you guys really talking deep about this, or is this just going to happen all throughout the summer? Aaron, remember? Adam Schefter texting Aaron. Aaron like, lose my number, right? You ain't hit me before. Don't be hitting me now. Peace. So I just wanted to set the table because there are times where people know everything about a negotiation because there's someone internally leaking that. And there are times when you know nothing about what's happening because ain't nobody talking. Just know that. Now let's get into this conversation. Remember, there are only two sides to negotiations, right? You and whoever it is on the other end of that table. That's it. Shannon Sharpe says that Lamar Jackson looks desperate. Okay, let me tell you what a birdie told me. Okay, and this is years ago. And let me give you the facts before I start filling in some blanks. Okay, so in our business, if your deal is not done, 4 months is kind of like the standard, but before or after 4 months, it needs to be done before the deal expires, or else you start to get a little nervous because that means maybe they're not going to pay me what I deserve, or maybe they're going to make changes to the show, or maybe they just going to fire me. But basically around that 4-month mark, before your deal expires, your agent and you are like, yo, we got something on the table or not? If not, we got to look elsewhere. Trust me, I know, right? So deals usually get done in that time frame. And here's an article. You Google it for yourself. March 2nd, 2021. March 2nd, 2021. March is third month. April, May, June, July. 7th month. Oh, July 2021, same year, Shannon Sharpe's contract is up. So 4 months right before it, this article comes out. I think it was on Front Office Sports. Here's the headline. Fox's Shannon Sharpe poised to hit TV free agency this summer. Boy, I love this show because I'm going to educate y'all on this one. All right. Here's the sub headline, right? Not the title, but the sub. Will Fox pay African American? All of a sudden he's black now. Will Fox pay African American star as much as white co-host Skip Bayless? Let's talk. Fox Sports Management has an important strategic decision to make before the next football season, and not just about NFL media rights. Sharpe only earns about half of Bayless's annual salary, said sources. Now remember, they don't know unless somebody's talking about this. Now you ask yourself while I keep reading, is this Fox gonna put this information out, or is Shannon Sharpe's side in camp gonna put this out? Let's keep talking. The Pro Football Hall of Famer makes an estimated $3 million plus annually versus Skip Bayless, who makes $6 million. The reigning infant terrible of morning sports TV. Now they taking shots, that ain't me. Shannon Sharpe's current contract expires after July 2021, like I told you. The question now is whether Fox will finally compensate the 3-time Super Bowl winner similarly to his controversial undisputed co-host Skip Bayless. All right, let's see. Anything else in there that's interesting? Oh, here we go. Quote, at a time when the country is wrestling with racial equality, Fox has an incredible opportunity to make a statement, said a source. Give Shannon Sharpe a contract that is equal pay for equal work. Now, I didn't know this story came out when it came out. But I was talking to one of the executives, and you know me, I protect the guilty. You're not going to figure out who. But somebody who was privy to this, who was really upset. And I was like, why are you so mad? He was like, what we doing the Shannon deal? I was like, oh, okay. I know he about to get paid. Shannon's a star. And this was at the time where Shannon just caught up to Skip Bayless, it seemed like, in stardom. Now, he surpassed Skip, being real. Club Shay Shay, good Lord. How many views y'all get? Give me some of them views. Just on the show, like, and then on social media, I don't know where their numbers are, but it just seems like in Q rating, he has surpassed Skip Bayless, right? He's headline news when he sneezes now, or has a drink courtside, or gets into an argument, etc. Okay, and his podcast is Smashing Skips. Let's just be real about it. All right, so this is when it's smart for Shannon to bet on Shannon, and for them to say, you know what, this dude is coming. Maybe he's going to get there. All right. That was a smart play by Shannon Sharpe's camp, allegedly. This executive was saying, it wasn't like we didn't want to pay Shannon, but one, this is Skip Bayless's show. And Shannon even admits that. Skip Bayless was the final say on who's the co-host, right? And if Skip would have said no to Shannon, there would have been no Shannon. Simple as that. So you never supposed to forget that, they say, right? You never burn down the bridge you crossed to get here. So that means you can't make more than Skip because Skip got you here. Can you make as much as Skip? Is a conversation that I'm sure Shannon's camp wanted to have. Now, I heard that those negotiations were sticky, like sticky, icky. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. But I know there's only two sides in that room, right? And then all of a sudden, that 4-month mark hits. Remember, I told you, it happened with me in all my negotiations. And none of my negotiations ever got leaked. Why? Because they didn't want to say anything. And why would I want to? I'm just not built like that. Even though it's been tempting at times, like, ooh, I need to say something so I can put pressure on them. The court of public opinion just heavy on their shoulders and head. But I never did that. But in this situation, all of a sudden, the executive was like, it's not that we don't want to pay him. We can't pay him as much as Skip. Let's just be real. But damn, to bring race into it is really igniting this conversation and putting pressure on this company. Smart play, whether it was from Shannon or somebody who could just be on the outside reading it like, I know what could help this flame, it go bigger and harder. Lighter fluid, race in that situation. Now, I ask you guys, did at the time, 2021, Shannon Sharpe deserve exactly what Skip did? More importantly, now, does he deserve even more than Skip? It seems like that. But in that relationship, they weren't having a normal contract negotiation based on just the merits. It was a conversation also that was now being supplanted or at least added to with race. And that helped propel the conversation into getting the deal done. Now, Shannon has lived up to everything and exceeded expectations. Do not get my words twisted. But what helped, what gave that situation a little nitrous was this quote and sources and stories that came from Fox, right? Oh, no, man, I just can't see. Tell me in the comments, how could Fox and why would Fox ever leak that? So either it comes from Shannon's side or it comes from the outside. But last time I checked on Lamar's situation, last time I checked on Aaron Rodgers' situation, there is no outside. It's just whatever the hell the other side is saying. So it was a real interesting play to see desperation be used as the term for Lamar Jackson from Shannon Sharpe. Because some people in that building thought that desperation has already entered the room when it came to the conversation and negotiations with Shannon Sharpe. Just wanted you guys to get educated on that because sometimes in the media, you know, it's not exactly as you see it, right? It's not exactly as advertised. And I think the beauty of this show in simple is this. I want to keep the same energy with the media as they do with the athletes. And since I've been both, I know exactly how to handle that energy. Thank you guys for watching Never Shut Up. Oh, breaking news. You forgot your Wileyism. You know it's Friday. Coach used to always clown me on Fridays. He'd say, Wiley, get your head out the parking lot. You know what that meant? On Friday practices, dog, I am not focused, coach. I am out. It's time to go get it. Let's talk about my Wileyism right now. Y'all ready for this? This is simple, but it actually has a deeper meaning than the simple way. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. We all know that lyric. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Now, I think top layer, it just speaks to your desire. If you want some, get some. You bad enough, take some. The desire. You want it. Go get it. You know me, and I'm going to preach this to y'all because I am not special. You guys have it in you. If you want some, get some. But if you're bad enough, take some. Let's take it to the next level. Bad enough, take some means you don't take no for an answer, right? You do not stop. Perseverance. So desire is the top level. Want some, get some. Perseverance is the bottom level. Bad enough, take some. That don't mean robbery, y'all. That don't mean the 211. It means I am not taking no for an answer in something that I deeply desire, right? Want some, get some. Bad enough, take some. All right, now that would do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Throw that corrupt on, baby. Let's hear it, Herbert. I appreciate you guys for tuning in all week. You watch this show live as you just did. Every single day, I'm going to go in them comments and do giveaways. Yesterday, we had 2 winners, and I'm going to do it again today. Always in those comments hooking y'all up. MarcellusWileyShop.com, BrinksTV.com. Talk to you guys next week. Peace.